Well, welcome to the 84th Annual Colorado Authors League Awards. As I said, I'm Jack, and I'm a still wet behind the ears book writer and your Cal president. I'm honored to help lead this historic organization and to MC this great event here at the Washington Park Boathouse. You know, our league is only a few years younger than this building. Architect Jules Jacques Benoit Benedict designed it as part of Denver's City Beautiful movement in the early 20th century. It was completed in 1913. The Colorado Authors League came along 18 years later in 1931. When I first heard about Cal, I wanted to learn about its roots. Imagine my surprise when I ran across a Denver Post article from May 3rd, 1931, announcing the league's formation. The byline belonged to Carolyn Bancroft. Now, this name might not mean much to many of you, but believe it or not, Miss Bancroft attended my high school graduation party. And she gifted me something. Hopefully you can see this. So this is one of her many booklets about Colorado history, and they sold nearly 1 million copies back in the day. Well, this is the one she gave me, Colorful Colorado, Its Dramatic History, $2. That's a pretty good bargain, I think. Inside, she said, "Congratulations to John." John's my legal name. "From an old friend of the family, cordially, Carolyn Bancroft." Well, I was an 18-year-old hippie, very happy to be free of George Washington High School, and not at all appreciative of this particular encounter with Miss Bancroft. She stood 6 feet tall, had her hair done up in braids and paper flowers, and she wore glasses as thick as Coke bottle bottoms. To my 18-year-old self, she seemed owlish and odd. But to those who knew her best, she was friendly and witty. Apparently, she liked calling herself a social historian because she liked being around her friends. Whenever she met someone new, she'd say, "I'm Carolyn. It rhymes with sin, gin, and jasmine. Take your pick." She was also generous. She left her estate to the Colorado Historical Society and the Western History Department of the Denver Public Library. A prize is awarded each year in her name to the author of the best book on Colorado or Western American history. Other Bancroft estate money goes to History Colorado to fund annual prizes to those who contribute to public awareness, interest, or involvement in Colorado history. 5 years after her death, in 1985, she was inducted into the Colorado Women's Hall of Fame for her philanthropy, her journalism, and her unwavering support of historic preservation. Her home on Downing Street, just around the corner here, is on the National Register of Historic Places. So here I am, 53 years after my encounter with this owlish, odd woman I met at my high school graduation party, connected with an organization she first publicized in 1931 in an article for the Denver Post. I don't know about you, but I don't believe in coincidence. You see, this little booklet has been through me with 8 moves, 3 states, and 5 decades as a storyteller. Most of that, forgive me, in TV news. But most recently, as a writer of historical fiction. It's as if Carolyn herself has been shadowing me, encouraging me. I didn't appreciate Carolyn Bancroft way back then, and I do now. And I appreciate all 356 members who are part of this organization. When Cal was first chartered, the founders wrote, "The Colorado Authors League, although still in the early stages of being welded into a working unit, has been formed to secure for authors advantages that can be attained by cooperation and not by the individual working alone. Well, that's as true in 2025 as it was in 1931. I've only been part of CAL for a couple of years, but it seems to me the League's best part is its heart. I've seen it in the smiles and laughter at our CAL coffees, and in the many unselfish ways CAL creators have contributed their time, their talent, and their treasure. One recent example, our Barnes & Noble Book Fair to help fund CAL's inaugural Barb Lundy Memorial Scholarship for aspiring high school writers in Colorado. Another, CAL members who stepped forward to reignite our partnership with the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute for a series of writing classes this fall. And another, a League writer so inspired by one of our Expert Edge sessions, she volunteered to organize and host a weekly marketing session for members struggling to get their books before a wider audience. And I have a little bit of news to share as it regards to that. We are in partnership with the Tri-Arts Council in Castle Rock with this particular CAL member who is not here today. Her name is Julie Cordova. But please look for an email from me in the coming days to tell you more about this and an exciting opportunity for you guys to take part in. I also know a lot of CAL's heart is evidenced in ways that will never show up in one of my newsletters or one of Jody's social media posts. Words of encouragement, notes of appreciation, shared conversations of earned wisdom, friendships that have lasted lifetimes, friendships that may be starting right now. It's full circle. It's just as our League founders intended. We are stronger together than we are alone. Let's never forget that. As the Colorado Authors League moves into its 95th year of existence next year and beyond. Thank you. Well, we've got an action-packed hour and change for you here, starting with our 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award honoree. We had many worthy nominations submitted, but the one that stood out was a man who has meant a great deal to this state as an accomplished journalist and author, and a great deal to this organization as a past president, a mentor, and a friend. His name is Denny Dressman. I'm going to leave it to one of his nominators to tell you more about our special honoree. It is my pleasure to introduce award-winning writer, naturalist, and zoologist, Mary Taylor Young.
Thank you, Jack. Nice to meet you, and welcome to Cal. We always like great presidents. Right, Denny? So I'm Mary Taylor Young. I've been a member of Cal like a year or two. Painful, like last century. Anyway, I am delighted to introduce Cal's 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award winner, who is not only a longtime writing colleague now, but I am super happy to also call a very dear friend. Denny Dressman has been in the writing game a long time, and I won't tell them how long, Denny, even though I know. And at his heart, he's a newspaperman. Denny worked as a reporter at a bunch of newspapers before landing in Denver at the Rocky Mountain News in the 1980s. At the Rocky, he worked as a reporter, executive sports editor, newsroom administrator, and ultimately the director of labor. He even garnered a Pulitzer Prize nomination in the process. And he continues to write today, doing a weekly sports column for the Villager newspaper in Greenwood Village. So eventually, Denny retired from journalism, but did retirement slow him down? What do you think, Melanie? No. No, he never slowed down. So with his boundless curiosity and deep interest in people, Denny started on his next writing career as a writer of books. So if you were to just glance over his now 17 book titles, plus he's contributed to, edited, or ghostwritten probably another 20 books, you'll see that Denny's truly a Renaissance man. His books span sports, health, personality profiles, public art, architecture, history. Pretty much, Denny, I think anytime something catches your interest or someone catches your interest, you go write a book about them. And they're extremely well-written books, as you would expect. So I'm personally very happy that Denny turned to writing books because that's how I got a chance to get to know him. Denny quickly joined the Colorado Authors League, and then he was on the board, and he eventually took over the challenging role of Cal president. And what a great thing that was for Cal. Honestly, I think some of the things Denny did have made Cal what it is today. He jumped right onto that role, and feeling that it was super important to raise the organization's prestige and recognition within the greater community in Colorado, he suggested starting the Author Advocate Award and also the Lifetime Achievement Award. Life's pretty ironic, huh? What goes around comes around. He also spearheaded founding of the Holiday Book Fair, which remains one of Cal's best venues for members to get their books out there in front of the public and to sell their books. So that's actually how I first met Denny. I participated in, at the very beginning in some of the holiday book fairs. But if you know Denny, you know that the next step of this is entirely predictable. He persuaded me to get on the board again. Now, I'd already served several times over my years as a member, and I thought, okay, I'm done. But no. Denny talked me into it, and it turned out to be truly such a meaningful, great experience. I think our board had a wonderful sort of bond and synchronicity. I think we accomplished an awful lot. We put on the Colorado Book Festival in 2018, I think, down at the Denver Public Library. It was really a great group of people, and all of us were an effective board, but also I think we continue to be really solid friends. So Denny, I can't think of anyone who deserves the Cal Lifetime Achievement Award more than you do. So everyone, I'm honored to introduce, whoops, good thing I know how it ends. I'm honored to introduce to you, and I hope you'll all join me in cheering him on, our winner, Denny Dressman.
I can tell you to begin with, this is the most meaningful award I could receive because it recognizes every aspect of my career, writing, editing, and what I'm proudest of, encouraging and helping others. I've been a member of Cal for more than a decade, and in that time, I've made many friends working with them on Cal activities as Cal president, and in some cases, being involved in their individual work. The Co-op Book Booth and this Lifetime Achievement Award are two additions to Cal's lineup, which I'm proud to have initiated. Please give Jody Bowersox a round of applause for working so hard to keep them prospering. Thank you, Jody. I'm honored to join the exclusive company of the 11 previous recipients of this award. Among them, Lois Hana, Clive Cussler, Margaret Cole, and Dr. Colorado, Tom Noel. I could say thank you to dozens of people who helped me accomplish what I have in my chosen profession. But relax, I won't try to name them all. I do, though, want to recognize those non-Cal members who have honored me with their presence today. Larry Strutton, retired publisher of the Rocky Mountain News and my former boss, and his wife Carolyn, and Bob and Jerry Sweeney, who have published the Villager Weekly newspaper since its founding in 1982, and more than 3 years ago invited me to write a weekly column for them. Most of all, thank you is an inadequate expression of my appreciation for Melanie, my wife of 59 years, because it doesn't begin to show the gratitude that I have for the countless ways she has enthusiastically supported me at every turn over all the years. Our daughter Melissa and her husband Brent and their fantastic daughters, our beautiful granddaughters Erica and Rachel, also have contributed in special ways to my lifetime achievements. Finally, I want to acknowledge two good friends, fellow writers and past recipients of the Cal Lifetime Achievement Award. Mary Taylor Young, who is present today with her husband Rick and introduced me today, and Margie Evans, who wanted to be here but is attending an important event in Utah. Margie's actually on her way back to Colorado today. She called me from Wyoming to congratulate me and wish me well. These two prolific writers, who both have earned numerous awards, made this day happen for me by teaming up to write my nomination. In closing, I wish the Colorado Authors League continued growth and success in support of Colorado authors and promotion of their work. Thank you very much for being here and for your attention.
I've got just a couple of words to say about Denny. Denny is a fantastic president back in the day, and he pulled me onto the board in 2017. And I don't know how, somewhere in there, he handed off that holiday booth to me. And so that was fun. We did that for a number of years, but he was just so kind and gentle. And when I jumped into that booth, he so kindly said, "Do you want me to tell you anything about it?" And I'm like, yeah. So we met and he gave me all the details, and he's always been somebody I could go back to and ask questions of. And so this is for you today, Denny. We have this beautiful award that we know your wife is going to dust it, but you get to look at it. We have a nice little box for it, too.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Denny. And I want you to know that videographer James Wolfe, standing right over there with the camera, taping our ceremony today, did a wonderful profile on you as part of your Lifetime Achievement honor. We're unable to show you that today. We didn't have the budget for the big screen TV. But we will have a YouTube watch party on our official Colorado Authors League YouTube channel for its big debut. And I will send out the information in an email. I encourage everyone to watch it. James just really knocked it out of the park, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Next up, our 2025 Author Advocate Award. Her nominator wanted you to know this about her. Amy and her team are amazing advocates for local authors. They've invited many Berthoud authors to their monthly book clubs, allowing them to meet and connect with local readers. She's created a podcast featuring local authors called This is Berthoud. One of the most exciting things Amy did to support local authors, readers, and promote the town of Berthoud was creating the Berthoud Literary Festival, which brings together readers, authors, and booksellers. It's brought the community together through books and created meaningful discussions, as well as putting Berthoud on the literary map. I would love to see Amy and her team at the Berthoud Community Library win this award for the wonderful work they've done. Our community is stronger and more diverse thanks to their hard work. Please welcome our 2025 Cal Author Advocate honoree, Amy.
Good afternoon. I want to say a big thank you to Cal and especially to Kathleen Donnelly for this recognition. I was a little surprised when I heard I was winning an award from the Colorado Authors League because I'm not an author. But I am a career-long public librarian. I started at the age of 23 and I'm still doing it, so it must be good. I get to work in an environment where I am surrounded by your work every day, and that's fantastic. I have always taken great joy and pleasure in being able to connect authors with their readers. I don't feel like I deserve this award alone. I have a small but really excellent staff of 8 that work with me at the Berthoud Community Library, and I have an amazingly supportive and I would say visionary Board of Trustees also. I have a couple of them with me here today, so Thora Simpson as a staff member and Julie Ullman as a board member. If you didn't get the chance to talk to them earlier, they're amazing people. You should talk to them. And I want to say a really large thank you to all of you because I really feel like you've done all the work. I didn't have to do much. I have worked in multiple states throughout the country, and I can say that Colorado authors are really easy to advocate for. You care about your readers, you enjoy meeting them and interacting with them and writing for them, and that very much shows in your work. So let me say thank you to all of you. I admire your dedication, and I admire your skill, and I want to thank you for continuing to write books that are worth reading. Thank you.
Again, congratulations, Amy, and thanks for all you and your team at the Berthoud Community Library do on behalf of local authors and literacy. Okay, now to the part of the program that involves many of you. To all of the finalists, thank you for creating something uniquely you. Whether it was an article, an essay, a short story, a poem, a cover, an illustration, or an opus, you lit a fire in the darkness, stoked by imagination, skill, and courage. Yes, courage. You put your work out there in the hope that somebody, somewhere, would be touched by it. Maybe that fire was burning in you from childhood, or maybe the embers only recently started. Perhaps in making it, you spent more than you wanted, and you earned less than you thought. But in making this new thing, especially in this age of artificial new things, your fire is providing some badly needed light, proving that the human heart and the human soul continue to thrive. Please don't let the fire ever go out. We want to give a league shout out to our hardworking independent judges who've spent the last several months evaluating your work. As in the past, the decision making was very difficult because of the high number of quality entries. We're going to start with the winners in our short category awards, and a quick note of protocol. If your name is called, please come up to accept your award and don't rush off until we get an official picture of you with your prize. And again, presenter here, winner here. Smile. Or as we said at 9 News, grip and grin. Sadly, because of the number of winners, we won't be able to accommodate any words of thanks or speeches, and that may come as a relief to some of you. So without further ado, I'm turning the mic over to someone most of you know very well. You can start work. Come on. Award-winning Cal member, at-large board member, and best-selling and prolific, did I say prolific? Fantasy author Todd Fonestock.
You just got to love the intros that they give you, right? So they asked me if I would read the names and read the winners, and I said, so at the event, the award ceremony, they're like, yeah. I'm like, you want to put a microphone in my hand? They're like, yeah. Sweet. So this will probably take longer than they intended it to take, but I'm going to do my best to move along. All right, so we're going to start. This year, we had 165 entries in 26 categories. And there's like umbrellas and then categories underneath those umbrellas, and I'm just going to kind of read them off. Oh, and to echo what Jack was saying, when you come up, look at the camera. Don't look at Tristan. He's got some really cool sunglasses on, but don't look at him. Look at the camera. Okay, so we're going to start with design. And within this category, I'm going to start also with a quote by Edgar Degas. Painting is easy when you don't know how, but very difficult when you do. All right, so in the illustration category, we have Jessica Robin Harkey for Boo Bears Light, an ABC rhyming book by Catherine Ann Russell. We also have Flo Manoa for The Year Santa Took the Toys Back by Sherry Cobb South. And last but not least, Gabby Zapata for The Ofrenda That We Built by Jolene Gutierrez. And the winner is, they taught me how to do this with one hand. Gabby Zapata, The Ofrenda That We Built by Jolene Gutierrez. Oh, I'm sorry. Cheyenne is also a co-author. Microphone in hand makes it really hard to clap. Like, I would hurt your ears if I was clapping. So I'm like, all right, so next up we have Juvenile Book Cover Design. And the nominees are Anna Maria Crum for Skippy, Farm Dog of the Year by Anna Maria Crum and Laura Adams. Flo Manoa for The Year Santa Took the Toys Back by Sherry Cobb South. And Jessica Santiastaban, my apologies, for Always Flying Bobby by C.S. Boyle. And the winner is Flo Manoa for The Year Santa Took the Toys Back by Sherry Cobb South. They couldn't be here today, so we're going to give that to them at another time. Next up is YA Adult Book Cover Design. Momir Baraki for A Warrior's Path by Steve Stratton. Tristan Bowersox for Tales of the Incorrigible, A Song of Wood and Meat by Kevin Bowersox. And Jody Chappell for Four Corners Voices, edited by Mark Stevens, Lisa C. Taylor, and Chuck Greaves. And the winner is... See, I didn't drop the envelope that time. Momir Baraki for A Warrior's Path by Steve Stratton. Also not able to make it today, so we will hand that award out to them at another time. All right, moving on to the next umbrella category, which is Design plus Story. And Madeline LaEngle has something to say to us for this particular umbrella of categories. You have to write the book that wants to be written. And if that book will be too difficult for grown-ups, then you write it for children. All right, so the first category is children's picture books. And the nominees are Little Lou and Just Being You by Leslie Mitchell Assini. The Year Santa Took the Toys Back by Sherry Cobb South. And Cat and Rabbit by J.B. Stockings, otherwise known as Jody Bowersox. And the winner is a tie. We have Little Lou and Just Being You by Leslie Mitchell Assini and Cat and Rabbit by J.B. Stockings. Next up, we have Early Reader. And the nominees are Mother Cabrini, A Heart for the World by Claudia Cangilla McAdam. The Miracle of the August Snow by Claudia Cangilla McAdam. And Skippy, Farm Dog of the Year by Anna Maria Crum and Laura Adams. And also Magic on the Mountainside by Nancy Goodboe Yurka. And the winner is Anna Maria Crum for Skippy, Farm Dog of the Year by Anna Maria Crum and Laura Adams. Next up, we have middle grade. And the nominees are Coal Dust and Dreams by M.J. Evans, Skyriders by Polly Hollyoak, and Keeper of the Gremcat Key by John Lyon and Brad Lyon. And the winner is Skyriders by Polly Hollyoak. All right, the next category is poetry. And William Wordsworth has something to tell us. He says, "Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart." All right, so for the first category under poetry, it is single poems. And the nominees are Collaring the Wolves by Dan Gunther, Tracking the Lynx, also by Dan Gunther, and Through the Pain by Petra Perkins. And the winner is Dan Gunther, Collaring the Wolves. Next up is Poetry Collection, and the nominees are Liberties by Constance Boyle, Good Ash by Kika Dorsey, and This Visible Speaking, Catching Light Through the Camera's Eye by Catherine Winograd. And the winner for Poetry Collection, Good Ash by Kika Dorsey. All right, are we moving fast enough? Should I stop and like tell a short story to everybody? I can come up with stuff just off the cuff. No, she's like shaking her head. She's like, shut up. All right, so next up is short stuff, fiction and not. And Stephen King gets to tell us a little something this time. A short story is a different thing altogether. A short story is like a quick kiss in the dark from a stranger. All right. So, the first category is short stories, and the nominees are The Purgatory of Emily Gray by Fleur Bradley Vischer, A Place to Heal by Cassie Clark, and Subversive by Colin Irish. And the winner is Submersive by Colin Irish. You guys' hands getting tired yet? No? All right, push on through. Build those calluses. Okay, next up is Prose Collection. And the nominees are Return to Sender, a book of poetry, prose, and otherwise unsent letters by Alice Alice. And The Devil's Library by Joachim Glager. And the winner is Return to Sender, a book of poetry, prose, and otherwise unsent letters by Alice Alice. Next up, we have Anthology. And the nominees are Colorado Mystery Merge by the Colorado chapter of Sisters in Crime, Four Corners Voices, edited by Mark Stevens, Lisa C. Taylor, and Chuck Greaves, and At Home in Nature, the History of Colorado's State Parks, edited by Mary Taylor Young. And the winner is At Home in Nature, the History of Colorado State Parks, by Mary Taylor Young.
Because this is an anthology, and I was an editor and a contributor, but it would not have happened without Margaret Taylor and Michelle Seibert from Colorado Parks and Wildlife, because they were awesome. And 15 other writers made this book happen, so.
All right, moving on to the next umbrella of categories, we have nonfiction adult. And Candace Millard is going to give us some words of wisdom this time. If uncovering the truth is the greatest challenge of nonfiction writing, it is also the greatest reward. And the first category within this umbrella is articles. And the nominees are Early Medieval Arts of the British Isles, Celtic or Anglo-Saxon, by Kathleen Guler. House of Mirrors by Carol Ann Wilson. And The Day the Asteroid Changed the World and Left Its Mark in a Colorado State Park by Mary Taylor Young. And the winner is Early Medieval Arts of the British Isles, Celtic or Anglo-Saxon by Kathleen Guler. All right, next up is essays. And the nominees are Unexpected Visitors by Lou Dean, Trust by Carol Ann Wilson, and On Mystery, Fragments About Art, Religion, and Philosophy by Joachim Glage. And the winner is Trust by Carol Ann Wilson. And now I'm going to turn my microphone over to somebody who actually knows how to do this.
Ha ha ha. Okay, we're going to move on to the memoir category. The finalists are The Mountains We Climb, Walking Through Life's Peaks and Valleys with My Dad and My Father by Aaron Boydston Kohler. A Tree with My Name on It, Finding a Way Home by Victress Hitchcock. Falling to Fly by Todd Fonestock. And the winner is A Tree with My Name on It, Finding a Way Home by Victress Hitchcock. Mr. Todd. He's in training. In general nonfiction, the finalists are In the Land of Forgetfulness, Meditations on Dementia Care as Spiritual Formation by Wayne A. Ewing. Fiddler on the Roof of Africa, How to Fail Successfully as a Peace Corps Volunteer by Derek Lostuder. The December Dilemma, U.S. Stamps from 1962 to 1972 by Jody L. Pritzel. And the winner is Fiddler on the Roof of Africa, How to Fail Successfully as a Peace Corps Volunteer by Derek Lostuder. This is how you do it. You sit down at the keyboard and you put one word after another until it's done. It's that easy and that hard. Neil Gaiman. Our first category under fiction YA adult is the YA category. The finalists are Dogs Don't Cry by John F. Andrews, Dead Girl by Carrie Fay, and Unmasked by Kendra Merritt. And I have the wrong envelope in front of me. Okay, no, it's the right envelope. I just wrote the wrong thing inside. So, good thing I know who all the winners are. It is John F. Andrews for Dogs Don't Cry. The next category is mainstream literary, and the finalists are Chocolata by Jerry Fabianic, The Wild Road Home by Melissa Payne, and Bearing Norma Jean by Aaliyah Rogan. And the winner is The Wild Road Home by Melissa Payne. Melissa couldn't be with us today. In the romance category, we have The Fairest of the Fair by Sherry Cobb South, Perfect Office Pact by Maria Jane, also known as Tricia Copeland. Cole and Lila Are Just Friends by Bethany Turner. And the winner is Cole and Lila Are Just Friends by Bethany Turner. Bethany couldn't be with us today either. I love deadlines. I love the whooshing noise they make as they go by. Douglas Adams. In historical fiction, pre-20th century, we have Fairest of the Fair by Sherry Cobb South, The Ring of a Bell by Ellen Kingman Fisher, and King of the Gulls by Stephen Scheuerman and Paul Alexander. The winner is King of the Gulls by Stephen Scheuerman and Paul Alexander. This is one of the very first times we've ever had co-authors who were both Cal members. So Paul's not here today, so we'll give you his trophy as well. And in historical fiction post-19th century, we have An American Nurse in Paris by John F. Andrews, Our Desperate Hour by John F. Andrews, and Blossoms on a Poisoned Sea by Mariko Tatsumoto. And the winner is Our Desperate Hour by John F. Andrews. If my doctor told me I had only 6 minutes to live, I wouldn't brood. I'd type a little faster. Isaac Asimov. In the sci-fi category, we have Messenger by Colin Irish. Epoch, a poetic sci-fi saga by Dave Jilk. Keyed, A Lost Civilization by Robert G. Williscroft. And the winner is Epoch, a poetic sci-fi saga by Dave Jilk. In fantasy paranormal, we have Slater and the Dragon by Todd Fahnestock, Bane of Giants by Todd Fahnestock, and The Deathbringer by Kendra Merritt. And the winner is The Deathbringer by Kendra Merritt. Console it, you know. Fragile ego and all. There's nothing to writing. All you do is sit down at a typewriter and bleed. Ernest Hemingway. In law enforcement mystery, we have A Well Too Full by Daniel Ginsberg. Kakaloa, The Downhill Slide by Alistair Mayer. And Lethal Blues by R. Weir. And the winner is Kakaloa, The Downhill Slide by Alistair Mayer. In amateur sleuth mystery, we have The Suicide Detective by W.L. Bach, Wild Ride by Lenore Mitchell, and Trail Ridge by Kevin Wolfe. And the winner is The Suicide Detective by W.L. Bach. Writing is a socially acceptable form of schizophrenia by E.L. Doctorow. In the cozy mystery category, we have Court Human by Hawkins Austin, Lawyers, Dogs, and Money by Lawyers, Dogs, and Money by Tracy Carter. Now you'll know why this was hard. The next one is Murder, Mystics, and Menopause by Teresa Crater. They just had to give me a tongue twister in there. And the winner is Murder, Mystics, and Menopause by Teresa Crater. And our last category of the day is thriller. Michael Jackson should make an entrance, right? Black Dog Escape by W.L. Bach. A Warrior's Path by Steve Stratton. And Operation Vela Redux by Robert G. Williscroft. And the winner is Operation Vela Redux by Robert G. Williscroft.
Jody, don't go anywhere. Come here, just stand by me as soon as they're done. Congratulations, Robert. So, Jody, about a year ago, where were you right around this time?
I was here.
And you said something that caught my ear and my eye. It had to do with our Colorado Authors League website. Do you know what you said about the website?
My memory's not quite that good.
I was just a glint in my mother's eye. That's why I wasn't aware. I had to look at it on tape. But you said this thing many, many a time. Any hint?
You must be logged on.
You said last year you wanted a T-shirt with that. There you go. Hold it up. Yes, I hope you know what that means because you have all kinds of benefits, but you must be logged in. So please log in. See the wonders that is Cal. Well, again, congratulations to all of our 2025 Cal Award finalists and winners. We're going to give you just a little bit more social time, but first some thank yous not only to Jody and Todd, but to Judy White, our Cal Awards Director. Please give her a round of applause. It was a very hard job. Andrea Spoor, our Cal Event Director. And please hold your applause until I get through everybody. Our league board, Stephen Showerman, Vice President and Promotions Director, Anthony Mick, Membership Director, Renee Vecca, our new Treasurer, Kendra Merritt, Secretary, and Robert G. Williscroft, at-large member. Each and every one is a volunteer. Their only paycheck is your gratitude. And last but not least, Tom Paskowitz and his team at the City of Denver for use of this beautiful facility. Lutheran High School student and artist Elizabeth Horwith and her team for the amazing chalk art at the entry. And all our behind-the-scenes friends and family who helped in ways large and small. Thanks again, and we hope to see you next year at the 2026 Colorado Authors League Awards.